think they won Liga at some point, and they're the only team from Corsica to win it. I think.
I have no idea. I know that Napoleon was born in Ajaccio when Corsica was still Italian. So Napoleon was actually Italian. Weird, huh?
That is crazy. You can claim him.
No, except that
you technically conquered France, technically.
Well, but Italy didn't even exist back then. So
it's fair point. Very fair point.
It's just blabbing, really.
Me really showing up my lack of knowledge of Italian history there. But anyway, as we go back to Ajaccio, they lost away in Lyon 5-1 with goals from Depay, Slimani. Do you remember him, Leicester fans?
Oh, yeah.
Cornet, Aouar, and, of course, you can sound the horn. It's the first mention of Football Manager. Ryan Cherky got the goal, who is another incredible prospect coming off the Lyon production line. And every time he appears, he seems to make an impression. They're slowly bringing him into the team. And again, he's a player you need to keep an eye on, guys. You heard it here 10th. I'm definitely not the first person to say it, but you heard it here 10th, so remember the name.
Let's go. Is that all in France before I announce something that ends up not being true?
I think that's all in France. You're just going to have to edit this slight bit out while I look down my notes.
No, it's okay. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. So
that's everything. Yeah. That's everything.
Let's fly to España. I feel like my Spanish accent is not that bad. Rory, what are the headlines?
It's the fourth. Right. So in Spain, sorry, that was probably really offensive. In Spain, Real Madrid beat Getafe 2-0 last night as Benzema and Mendy got the goals. Guess who assisted Benzema? It seems like they've made up. Remember they had a big argument?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't an argument. He just told him not to pass him the ball. Vinicius,
Vinicius, Benzema was just his typical snake self and talking behind someone's back. But Vinicius set him up for the goal, and Real Madrid are now in second place, but the gap remains at 8 points, and Atletico still have 2 games in hand. But as listeners, you will now be aware, Atletico drew on Monday night with a last-minute equaliser from Vigo, which is incredibly frustrating. But they've still got 2 games in hand, so...
Yeah, let's just stop talking about Atletico for a while, Rory. Yeah. I feel like your Arsenal vibes, my Inter vibes are not going to do any good to
Is it contagious? Is that what you're saying? It's contagious.
Yeah, but especially Atletico is not exactly like a powerhouse that just like...
They don't need our help.
No, let's just let them be. We were live on Twitch while they were playing Celta Vigo, and they were down 1-0, and we were like, oh my God, we're jinxing it. So yeah, good thing they drew. Fingers crossed for Atletico, deep down. And last night, Sevilla beat Barcelona 2-0 in the Copa del Rey semi-final with a goal by former Blaugrana man Ivan Rakitic.
The players from Barcelona are having a great time. So Rakitic knocks them out the cup. I know you just said don't mention Atletico, but Suarez is killing it in La Liga. These players that Barca were so desperate to get rid of seem to be enjoying their life away from the Camp Nou. So maybe they weren't the problem.
Guess what? Really?
Who'd have thought that? Maybe that wasn't the problem at that basket case of a club at the moment.
Oh, and this one is going to be unfortunate because maybe you have the tweet right in front of you, but that delusional tweet about what Barcelona should do in the summer
that was an absolute highlight of my week.
Incredible.
I'm going to find it, guys, because I was studying this for so long.
As you look for it, this Barcelona fan posted this tweet that went viral with the things he would do this summer to fix Barcelona's financial problems. Half of it does not make any sense. Actually, more than half, I could actually use it as a task for my students. Write an essay saying everything that is wrong about this tweet. Rory, off you go.
If I did this on Football Manager, I would be incredibly proud of myself. And I think even this is unrealistic for FIFA, right? So the idea is you can sell Jordi Alba 45 million. I have no idea. Umtiti, 40 million. Busquets, 35 million. The guy is 35. I don't think you're getting 35 million for him.
1 million per year of life. Yeah, right.
Coutinho, here you go, Liverpool fans, 150 million.
Right, yeah.
And Braithwaite, this is the only one that I think maybe was close because he's actually been quite decent since he's been at Barca. Braithwaite for 20 million, right?
Yeah, that's kind of realistic.
One out of 5.
But then let's go. So these were the sales. Let's move to the purchases, right?
So then you buy Mbappe for 80 million, right? Less than Harry Maguire, by the way. Less than Harry Maguire. Haaland for 60.
Okay, yeah.
Neymar for 120 million. Teo Hernandez for 35 is hilarious. You'd have had to pay 35 before this season, maybe.
Yeah, right, yeah. That price has skyrocketed.
Chiellini for 55 million.
Now, this one goes beyond imaginable. Like, the guy is 60 years old. How can you pay that money for him? But let's keep going.
And then the last one, and this is absolutely brilliant. I would take this as a personal insult if I was this player. Foden for 30 million.
Let's go.
So a net spend of minus 80 million euros. So you've only spent 80, Barca, despite the fact that you're billions of euros in debt. Unbelievable.
So, wait. But it's not over. Can you read the lineup of how Barcelona would look like? Because I'm going to tell you, the two center backs, one of which is Chiellini, and he's 85 years old. He would have a lot to work on because the midfield wouldn't do anything. Please,
so we've got in goal, Ter Stegen, of course. Roberto at right back. PK and Chiellini at centre back. So any pacey striker, you're in. Hernandez at left back.
Okay, and so then, right now, think of Piqué and Chiellini having to make up for this midfield. Go.
Right. Frankie de Jong, Neymar, Griezmann, Messi, and Mbappe. And then Haaland up front. So basically, you're playing a 4-1-5.
All right. This person got a lot of retweets, of course. So, bro, you win. Good job. If your goal was to go viral, you absolutely achieved it.
I think for this formation, Frankie de Jong needs to start taking steroids like ASAP to try and keep up with this.
Actually, I forgot that de Jong was in there. He would be the only one helping Chiellini and Piqué on the back. But whatever, this was it. Sorry, guys, it lasted a while, but I really needed to bring up this tweet because it was a lot of fun.
It did make me laugh. Yeah, it definitely made me laugh. I enjoyed commenting and the ideas shared. Like, you know, when you scroll through the comments, there's a lot of great comments under that feed. Is that all we're going to do on Spain? I don't know. Sevilla seem like always, they kind of always got the great, like, kind of low-key good players. And this week, Koundé, their centre-back, has kind of caught the headlines. His performance against Barcelona really stood out. His stats from this game were unbelievable. He had 100% success rate with his tackles, 93% pass accuracy, 4 out of 7 long passes, 2 interceptions, 1 clean sheet, 1 goal.
Nice. Not bad.
He's 22 years old. They bought him from Bordeaux, I believe, last season, and he could be another player that Sevilla will make a lot of money on in a couple of years. And I think there's very few better clubs that you could learn, like, you know, get experience in European football, get experience in like the top end of an elite league. I think, like, yeah, we know Sevilla is a great growing ground for these types of talents. I don't know what phrase I was looking for.
English speaker. So, yeah.
I don't know what phrase I was looking for. Anyway.
And shall we move to our countries of expertise, so to say? England and Italy. What do you pick first, buddy?
Let's go Italy first. Let's go Italy
then. Serie A, not really. Coppa Italia, more like it. So, well, yeah, we've got our Coppa Italia finalists. Inter is not one of the two teams. It's Juventus and shock. Yeah, that was an impression of our good friend, the politician Matteo Renzi. Not really a good friend, but whatever. So Juve Inter, they played in the semi-final and they drew 0-0. Now, what do I have to say about this game? Juventus had won the first leg 2-1 at the San Siro. I think that Inter absolutely ran the game, but it's only right to get out when you score only 1 goal in 2 games. So 180 minutes of football, you get to score 1 goal. It's kind of right that you have to abandon the competition. Ruairi?
From what I saw, Lautaro missed quite a few chances, right? He didn't have a great day in front of goal.
Yeah, Lautaro missed quite a few chances. Eriksen, actually, also in the first leg, missed quite a few nice chances. And what I liked about those chances that he had was that they were designed. You could see like the training that they had done to open up the space for him, come from behind and just shoot a rocket from outside the box. He had one of those opportunities against Juventus in the return leg, but guess what? Demiral and De Ligt, they had an incredible game. There was a moment when every time an Inter player was shooting, Demiral was just zipping in front of them. He looked like Nesta, something crazy, man. Like, he got every ball with his chest, with his butt, with his legs. Like, it was very frustrating at some point. On this note, Juventus have got 6 clean sheets in the last 7 games played in all competitions, more than any other team in the top 5 European leagues.
Oh, they're starting to warm up, aren't they? They're starting to click.
And then we'll talk about Inter. I'm sure that a lot of people are waiting for me to like rant about it, but I'm honestly like, I don't have a lot to rant about. But when I say that Juventus's wheels are starting to turn, you might think their attack. No, it's their defense that scares me, man, because up front, they've got Cristiano Ronaldo. And the way that they played the game against Inter was catenaccio. So all on defense, park the bus in front of the goal, and then just hope that Cristiano Ronaldo delivers some magic. That was really the game plan. A lot of people told Pirlo that his Juventus was looking really Allegri-like. We've already mentioned it. In Italy, Allegri has got the reputation of playing all right football and getting incredible results. So it was compared to him quite a bit. And Pirlo said, if that's what it takes to win, then I'm well happy to do that. On this note, also James Horncastle from the Totally Football Show, he said that after the Fiorentina loss for 3-0, he kind of had to go back to basics. He kind of understood probably that it's not a time to try and be fancy and play beautiful football. It's time to deliver results. And as much as the 0-0 draw against Inter Milan was absolutely disappointing from their point of view, I mean, they achieved the result that they wanted. I think they knew that Inter had to score at least 2 goals. They knew that Inter would go all in. Guess what, guys? We're playing defense this week. On the goals note, Lukaku still hasn't scored a goal against Juventus, and the Inter haven't scored a goal at the Allianz Arena, I think, in their last 6 games or something. It's quite embarrassing. So, yeah, regardless of how much Inter could look pretty at moments, because there was a few moments in the Juve games that I was like, this is good football. Like, we're pressing with an organization. We're not like looking for the individual play. We're really playing as a team. But against Juventus, that wasn't enough. But
this is what Juventus do, right? They kind of keep you at arm's length, right? They let you have the ball, but fine, if you can't do anything with it, you can have 99% possession at the end of the day, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And then the only thing that I'm very salty about is that I think of the 2 Juve goals that they scored at the San Siro. One was a penalty that was kind of ridiculous. Ashley Young was very distracted there. And the second one was Andanovic but this is, again, okay, maybe there is a bit of a rant. Here we go. But this is it, guys. Like, we fucking want to compete. We want to be like a competitive team. We get to a semifinal and you make a mistake like that. That's just stupid. Like, that's where you see the winning mentality, the Mamba mentality, if we want to bring in basketball terms. You're in a semifinal. You're not going to fuck up that bad. Like, you step up when it matters. I guess we're not mature enough already. Now, the thing that worries me is that we've got all the pressure on to win the Serie A. If we don't win the Serie A...
That's all that's left, Tommy. It's all that's left.
All there's left. There was a good meme of a guy wearing an Inter shirt with his girlfriend hugging her and said, "Baby, I don't have any more commitments during the week."
Yeah. Also, Tommy, you've missed the best bit. Antonio Conte is sticking his finger up at Agnelli, right?
Yeah, I was going to talk about football first and then
sorry.
Football after.
Sorry, I just was so keen to talk about it.
Man, there was something that made me furious today. The news leaked that apparently Paratici, Juventus sports director, who's known to be a bit of a shady beep, has been talking insistently to Niccolò Barella to bring him to Juventus.
No.
Man, and apparently, like, there was a lot of animosity on the sideline against Juventus, and Oriali, who also works with Antonio Conte, apparently said something to Agnelli like, we know what you're doing. Like, go fuck yourself. And then he screamed something at Conte, and Conte flipped the bird. He's not going to be suspended. It looks like. We shall see.
He only just got back on the touchline.